Once upon a time, in a sunny meadow filled with colorful flowers, lived Bella the bee and Bibi the butterfly. Bella buzzed busily from dawn to dusk, collecting nectar and storing honey in her hive. Bibi, on the other hand, spent her days fluttering lazily from flower to flower, sipping a little nectar here, a little there, and then resting under the shade of daisies. "Come work with me," Bella would call. "Winter will be here soon." "Oh, there's plenty of time," Bibi would laugh, twirling in the air. The days grew shorter, and the warm breeze turned chilly. Before long, winter arrived. The flowers withered, and the meadow turned white with frost. Bibi, shivering and hungry, had nothing to eat. She fluttered to Bella's hive, her wings drooping. Bella opened the door, the warm golden glow of her hive spilling out. "Come in," she said kindly. She offered Bibi sweet honey and a cozy place to rest. As Bibi sipped the honey, her heart filled with gratitude. "Thank you, Bella. I should have listened," she said softly. Bella smiled. "You're welcome, Bibi. But remember, next year, prepare while the sun is shining." That winter, they became the best of friends, sharing stories and warmth. And when spring returned, Bibi worked alongside Bella, learning that a little effort today can make tomorrow much brighter. And so in the meadow, under the golden sun, they lived happily ever after. Hello, dear children. Welcome to our channel where we bring you the most amazing kid stories. So sit back, relax, and let the magic of these stories transport you to magical lands where anything can happen. Today's story is about the importance of preparing for the future. Like Bella the bee, it's important to think ahead and make plans for the future. But like Bee the butterfly, sometimes we get caught up in the moment and forget to plan ahead. What happens when we don't plan ahead? Let's find out in today's story. In a lush green meadow adorned with flowers of every color imaginable, lived a small family of honeybees. Among them was a young bee named Bella. Now Bella was a diligent and hardworking bee. She understood the importance of collecting pollen and nectar not just for today, but also for the future. Every morning, as the sun peeked over the horizon, Bella would hum with excitement, ready to start her day. Her first task was to check on the honey stores. It was a tradition she shared with her mother, who had taught her that knowing how much honey they had was important. Sometimes there was enough honey for everyone, and sometimes they had to collect more. Today, as Bella checked the honeycomb, she noticed that they were running low on honey. "It's time to start collecting," she said to herself. She quickly flew to the nearest flower, dipped her legs into its center, and began collecting pollen. As she worked, she couldn't help but notice a butterfly named Bibi fluttering around her. Bibi wasn't collecting pollen or nectar like Bella. Instead, she was just enjoying the warm sun and the beautiful flowers. "Why don't you come and help me?" Bella asked, hoping that Bibi would understand the importance of their work. "Oh, there's plenty of honey in the hive, I'm sure," Bibi replied with a wave of her hand. "And it's such a beautiful day. Why waste it working when you can play?" Bella sighed. She knew that Bibi didn't understand the importance of collecting honey for the winter, but she tried again. "We need to collect more honey. Winter is coming, and we need to be prepared," she explained patiently. Bibi, however, just laughed and flew away, leaving Bella to her work. Bella continued collecting pollen and nectar until the sun began to set. When she returned to the hive, she noticed that her family was looking at her with admiration. They understood the importance of her hard work. As the days passed, Bella continued to collect pollen and nectar, preparing for the winter. She remembered what her mother had told her: be prepared and never give up. But every time she looked for Bibi, she saw her playing instead of working. One day, Bella decided to visit Bibi and ask her why she wasn't helping. When she found Bibi, she was surrounded by other butterflies, all of them laughing and playing. "Why aren't you collecting pollen and nectar?" Bella asked. "We don't need to," Bibi replied. "There's plenty of honey in your hive for us to eat." "But what about winter?" Bella asked, worried. "Oh, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it," Bibi said with a wave of her hand. As winter approached, Bella's worries grew. She could see that her family was becoming weaker because they didn't have enough honey to eat. She had worked hard to collect as much as possible, but it wasn't enough. One day, the temperature dropped and the bees huddled together in the hive, trying to keep each other warm. Bella couldn't bear to see her family suffering, so she decided to do something. She flew out of the hive and searched for food, but she couldn't find any flowers that were still blooming. Just when she was about to give up, she saw a small patch of crocuses, and she quickly began collecting their pollen. Meanwhile, Bibi was hiding in the hive, shivering and hungry. She had never felt so cold before, and she wished she had listened to Bella. As the days grew colder, Bibi became weaker and weaker. Finally, she couldn't take it anymore. She crawled to the entrance of the hive and flew out. She was so weak that she could barely keep herself in the air. Just when she thought she would freeze, she saw a patch of crocuses and landed on one of the flowers. She drank the sweet nectar until she was full. Then she flew back to the hive. When Bibi reached the hive, she saw Bella coming out of it. "Bella, I'm sorry, I didn't listen to you," she said. "I should have helped you collect honey." "It's all right, Bibi," Bella replied. "I'm glad you're here. We can help each other next year when the flowers are blooming again." And that's exactly what they did. The following spring, Bibi worked hard alongside Bella, and they collected so much honey that they had enough to last the whole year. And that's the end of our story. So, my dear children, always remember, no matter how beautiful and enjoyable the present moment is, it's crucial to prepare for the future. Never rely on luck or assume that someone else will take care of everything. Take charge of your own destiny. If you love this story, hit that like button and share it with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. We have so many more wonderful stories to share with you. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay curious, stay creative, and above all, stay kind.